Life is fundamentally rigged against the naive. You can be the most virtuous person in the room. You can be skilled. You can be brilliant. Yet betrayal is lurking. A less competent rival will steal your glory. That is simply the nature of the game. But those who grasp this harsh truth do more than endure. They ascend. They command. This is an invisible authority, yet its weight is felt by everyone who enters the room. We call this strategic intellect. This wisdom is forged in fire, deception, embarrassment, loss. While the weak crumble under such pressure, you will use it to reinforce your foundation. It is an intellect that observes without being seen. It listens without speaking. It strikes only when the odds are overwhelming. The crowd argues. You collect data. They rage. You calculate. While they drown in sentiment, you engineer the future. Most people are playing a game of chance. You are about to learn the grand strategy. But before we descend, let me be absolute. This arsenal is for defense, not devastation. Use these tools to shield your peace, not to destroy the innocent. The objective is to master the chessboard, not to become the monster. Today, we unveil the 8 distinctions. The conqueror versus the conquered. The sovereign versus the servant. Pause now. Commit this vow to the comments. I master my mind to master my world. Let us expose the secrets the elite have kept hidden. Number 1. Strategic silence. Never be fully transparent. Reveal only what is required. When an observer sees only a fraction of the picture, their mind rushes to fill the void with assumptions, and those assumptions give you control. Machiavelli noted that the vulgar crowd is always taken in by appearances. The world consists of the crowd. Look at the magnetic individuals. They never spill their history. They leave intentional voids. They reply to inquiries with counter-inquiries. They offer a smile where others would offer an excuse. This isn't dishonesty. It is tactical management. Here is the default error. A question is asked. You feel pressure. You provide a comprehensive dossier. You explain your anxieties, your blueprints, your rationale. You think you are fostering intimacy. You are actually hemorrhaging power. The astute understand that ambiguity breeds influence. Withhold the full picture. People lean in. Curiosity becomes fascination. Fascination becomes reverence. Reverence is the foundation of authority. A colleague asks about your weekend. I'm staying in watching movies. Total transparency, totally forgettable. Contrast that. I have matters to attend to. Then shift the topic. Feel the gravity. The first response renders you mundane. The second renders you significant. Be deliberate. Dispense just enough to maintain engagement, but never enough to surrender leverage. Your knowledge is capital. Do not bankrupt yourself in a single transaction. When you adopt strategic silence, your words gain value. Scarcity creates demand. The aim is not mystery for theatrics. The aim is sovereignty. Number 2. The fluid self. You are never the same entity twice. Modulate your identity. Align with the observer. People believe they comprehend you, yet they have only met one facet of your prism. Be a fox to recognize traps. Be a lion to frighten wolves. This isn't fraudulent. It is versatile. You do this instinctively already. You address a toddler differently than a judge. You behave differently at a funeral than at a stadium. The fluid self takes this instinct and sharpens it into a weapon. Every individual operates with unique values, distinct dialects, specific filters. If you use a singular frequency, you will alienate the majority. Study your counterpart. Calibrate your transmission. Are they logic-driven? Supply evidence. Are they feeling-driven? Resonate with the mood. Pragmatic? Demonstrate utility. Visionary? Illustrate the dream. This is fluency in human nature. Consider water. It assumes the geometry of its vessel without altering its chemical composition. It remains water in a goblet, a flask, or an ocean. Be like water. Tailor your delivery to the environment, yet keep your internal code rigid. Authenticity does not mean monotony. It means being true to your core while adapting your surface to be effective. Perfect the fluid self. Become a universal key. People will feel deeply seen because you are broadcasting on their wavelength. Lethal in diplomacy, lethal in romance, but heed this caution. Never adapt to the point of dissolution. Your honor must be immovable, only your tactics shift. Be a cut gem, many faces, one unbreakable stone. Number 3, radical independence. Never be a prisoner, not to a connection, not to a sentiment, not to a reputation. If you can release it, it cannot command you. Independence is the most distorted concept in strategy. People equate it with coldness. It is not coldness. It is liberty. Most are ruled by dependencies. They fear unemployment, so they tolerate degradation. They fear solitude, so they accept toxic partners. The terror of loss paralyses you. Liberation empowers you. Care for things but depend on nothing. Visualize a negotiation. Party A is desperate. They have mentally spent the money. Party B desires the contract but has 3 other avenues. Party B is prepared to walk away. Who dictates the terms? Party B always. Their lack of attachment allows them to operate from strength. Independence grants vision. When your ego is not staked on being correct, you analyze reality objectively. When you do not starve for validation, your choices improve. The irony is profound. The less you require a specific outcome, the more probable it becomes. Look at those with poise. They know they will thrive regardless of fortune's mood. That is armor. This is not apathy. Strive for ambition. Cherish allies, but never fetter your sanity to a result you cannot control. Independence immunizes you against coercion. When an adversary threatens to strip you of something you do not fear losing, their weapon dissolves. The most formidable person has nothing to lose. The supreme player. They have everything to gain and nothing to fear. Cultivate this. Start small. Release the need to win a trivial debate. Release the need to be liked. As you refine this, a shift occurs. People sense you are not easily leashed. They respect you. Engage without being enslaved. Number 4, passive dominance. Stop exerting force. Wait for gravity. When others blunder, be still. Your silence becomes the heaviest element in the equation. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command, but the strongest command is often unspoken. Amateurs believe power is noise. Shouting, ultimatums, visible exertion. That is the strategy of the insecure. True authority creates a vacuum. Passive dominance generates weight without words. Your mere existence alters the room. Here is the mechanism. Don't issue orders. Engineer scenarios where compliance is in their best interest. Don't demand prestige. Become essential. Don't wrestle for the crown. Let them place it on your head. In dialogue, master the pause. Most people are terrified of dead air. They pollute it with babble. That babble leaks leverage, befriends silence. Dictate the tempo. A probing question hits you. Don't rush. Wait. Hold their gaze 3 seconds. Then respond. Your words will land with double the impact. In commerce, have options you do not advertise. You need not threaten to leave. Your capacity to leave is palpable. In social circles, be the source of value. Demand no applause. Quietly elevate lives and they will fight to keep you close. Do not ask for loyalty. Compel it through utility. Be the one who fixes the unfixable. Your name becomes synonymous with the solution. The engine is patience. Do not hunt for a quick dopamine hit. Construct a legacy. The masses want the applause now. You play the long game. Sow seeds. Let the season do the work. Let compound interest accrue. Embrace delayed gratification. Trust that consistent, quiet excellence is building a tidal wave. People will seek your counsel unsolicited. They will follow your direction without a command. You become the invisible current, but be ethical. Do not trap people. The goal is mutual victory. Guide others toward choices that serve their growth. You are not tricking them. You are illuminating the path. Move like a sniper, not a brawler. Number 5, emotional mirroring. Reflect their hungers, reflect their terrors. They see a kindred spirit. You acquire intelligence. This is empathy weaponized. People do not purchase goods, they purchase relief. They purchase identity. Articulate their hidden pain better than they can. You will own their attention. Most fail here. They broadcast when they should receive. Become an anthropologist of the soul. Everyone carries a backpack of invisible stones. Secret ambitions, silent dreads, detect the clink of those stones. When they complain about a boss, they are revealing their ego. When they discuss a partner, they are mapping their emotional circuitry. Don't listen to reply. Listen to decode. Every interaction contains 3 silent pleas. Do you see me? Do you hear me? Do you value me? Answer yes to all 3. Forge an iron bond. Reflect the meaning, not just the vocabulary. Listen for the pulse. An acquaintance says, "I despise this project." The surface listener gives advice. The deep listener hears, "I feel incompetent." A mirrored response. It sounds like you're being forced to work below your potential. Feel that. You didn't fix. You understood. Validating their reality breeds immense trust. Reflect the noble version of their struggle. If they whine about exhaustion, reflect their work ethic. If they rage about delay, reflect their standards. The ego craves a hero narrative. Hand them a mirror that shows them as the hero. They will follow you. Map their terrain. Frame your requests in their currency. Worship safety, sell stability. Worship status, sell prestige. The message remains constant. The packaging shifts. This is the secret to elite persuasion. When people feel understood, resistance evaporates. Use this to serve. Transform the trick into a bridge. Number 6. Utilitarian ethics. Neither saint nor sinner. Be effective. True authority resides in the gray. The prince must learn how not to be good and use this knowledge according to necessity. This is dangerous. It is debated. Let me be precise. It does not mean abandoning morality. It means acknowledging complexity. Sometimes the nice choice leads to catastrophe. Sometimes enabling weakness is cruel. The preservation of the group may demand a harsh verdict on the individual. Absolute purity is a luxury. A leader finds a subordinate stealing. The kind act is forgiveness. But what of the team who played by the rules? What of the enterprise? The utilitarian creates justice, not charity. Terminate the thief. Preserve the culture. It feels cold. It is necessary. A friend in a toxic spiral. Polite silence is easy. The utilitarian delivers the brutal truth. Shatter the delusion. Risk the friendship to save the friend. Focus on the result, not the optics. Ask yourself, what creates the best reality, not what makes me look virtuous. This demands a strong stomach. Be willing to be the bad guy, but do not slip into rationalization. Do not mistake greed for pragmatism. You need rigid lines. What are your absolutes? Inside those walls, be pragmatic. Outside them, never step. Effectiveness is the goal. Simple answers are often lies. Number 7. Selective revelation. Do not expose your hand. The less they know, the more they invent. Their inventions serve your strategy. Men judge by the eye. Few judge by the hand. In an era of digital vomiting, selective revelation is a superpower. The world overshares. You become an enigma. The brain abhors a vacuum. We call this the curiosity gap. Hack this. Force them to wonder. Think of icons. They are not open books. They give you chapters, not the diary. In your career, guard your ideas. Hold back your full capability. Surprise the room when it counts. Don't sprint the first lap. Reveal your speed at the finish line. Build a reputation of endless depth. Socially, don't dump your trauma on a first date. Earn trust before granting access. This is dignity. In negotiation, hide your deadlines. Keep a card up your sleeve. You cannot unsay a word. Once it is out, it is public property. Err on the side of silence. Timing is everything. A fact revealed too early is boasting. Too late, irrelevant. At the perfect moment. Checkmate, read the room. Your partner deserves your soul. Your rival deserves your shadow. Adjust the aperture. Consider your digital footprint. Every post is a pixel. Don't post impulsively. Direct your own movie. Decide the plot twists. Share enough to be human, withhold enough to be sovereign. Be warm yet impenetrable. Give presence, keep essence. Number 8. Result fixation. You are not here to debate, you are here to win. Obsess over outcomes. Leave drama to the amateurs. The end defines the effort. This severs the dreamers from the architects. Most people are distracted by ego. They want to be right. They want validation. Result fixation ignores these vanities. Ask only one question. Does this action move the needle? If no, discard it. Conflict. Most argue to win points. The outcome-obsessed person asks, what is my goal? If the goal is peace, being right is the wrong move. Choose the tactic that secures the victory, not the pride. Play the fool if it gets the contract. Apologize if it gets the resolution. The ego is irrelevant. The outcome is king. Ignore busy work. Focus on impact work. Bypass politics. Deliver numbers. Prioritize harmony over petty victories. Track progress, not hours. Look at your life with brutal honesty. Is this working? If not, change it. Do not cling to a failing plan. Be loyal to the destination, not the vehicle. This is strategic laziness. Do less. Do only what matters. Apply the Pareto principle. Don't sweat the most. Score the most. Learn for leverage. A warning. Result fixation becomes toxic if it tramples values. Include integrity in your definition of success. Do that and this drive becomes a force for good. Be stubborn about the goal, fluid about the method. Be a finisher, not a talker. When you are known as the closer, the world opens its gates. You have downloaded the 8 codes. Information without execution is merely entertainment. Select one trait, just one. For 7 days, this is your assignment. Do not juggle, focus. Observe the shift in your reality. Observe the feeling of acting from calculation. But recall our pact. Power brings weight. Build shields, not swords. Navigate the maze. Do not trap others. The world is desperate for leaders who can win and serve. Dismantle manipulation. Safeguard the vulnerable. Find the win-win in a zero-sum world. That is the noble purpose. Conquer the chaos within yourself. The most dangerous person has nothing to lose. The most vital person lifts everyone up. Which player will you be? If this shifted your perspective, destroy the like button. Crave more intel, subscribe, ignite the bell, drop a comment. Which trait do you recognize in the Titans? Which will you weaponize first? True brilliance is not just processing power. It is wisdom applied to a higher cause. Stay strategic, stay ethical, stay powerful.